Happy Wednesday. I never know what day it is. That's why I put that thing up there to be able to tell myself what day I did what and when I posted it. How are things going? I am super excited and pumped, and I am motivated. My focus right now is just so clear. I know exactly what I want. I know how to get it, and I've been working towards it and being very proud of myself towards that. Hi, Emily. I am just doing everything that I can right now to, keep the momentum going. But I wanted to talk to you guys a little bit about fear. So over the last little while, I've been feeling a little bit of fear, to be honest, and I often recognize this in a lot of my clients as well too. And fear of jumping in with both feet, fear of success, fear of failure, fear of just taking that step forward, moving out of your comfort zone, moving towards something that isn't quite your normal. Moving towards something that feels a little bit off, even though you know that you should be going towards it. And these are things that often keep us, keep us from moving ahead, keep us from getting to the goals that we want, getting to the initial outcome. We all have these goals. We all have these little dreams. I have to do this, right? I can't do this right now because my elbow, I blew it out yesterday and working out, doing things too much. Anyways, getting back to fear. It just holds us back from so much. And again, it's that hesitation that actually feeds fear too. So like it's the, ooh, I'm not quite sure, or what if, or, I heard somebody, all these different hesitation things that just keep you from taking that step forward. And like I said, this is what feeds fear and ultimately keeps you from getting to where you want to be. I've had a really productive week so far. Well, okay, so go back 7 days. It didn't start Monday. It started kind of like into last week. Went out and bought myself a Fitbit because I thought, okay, fine. I'm really going to get serious about my workouts. And I have been killing much over the last few days. When you push a little bit too hard, your body tells you. And when you haven't really done anything for the last 6 months, your body tells you again and again and again. So I've been really trying to take it a little easy. I've been, kind of babying my arm a little bit at this point, but she's a little sore. But anyways, so, instead of hesitating, thinking, am I going to waste some money? Am I not going to do it? I took that step forward and I bought myself the Fitbit, and I'm getting my husband to, keep me motivated as well too. I get up early in the morning. I do a little bit. I do what I can. There's different things. I have a schedule set up, and I'm doing it on a regular basis. I've been posting about my food intake as well too. So even though I've been scheduling and going through, I've got 90 some days of food that I've recorded, I'm actually putting it into my Fitness Pal now too. So that is keeping more of a really refined look at the things that I'm eating, breaking it down into those macros, which, speaks to me as where I want to go, looking at the calorie count, making sure that I'm not going beyond that calorie count. And even if I am, seeing where it is, trying to fix things, not judging myself, not diving into a well of despair and failure and everything else, but really just taking the results that I'm seeing and, shifting them and figuring out how I can do things better. These are all things that I've been putting into place and things that I, kind of promote for my clients as well too. But getting back to fear. So fear, you can use the acronym of FEAR when it comes to fear and trying to overcome it and working with it. Fear is not something to be afraid of. It is something that we can definitely, once we identify it and really name it and label it and try to figure out what it is what is frightening us, about moving forward, about whatever it is that you are trying, keeping you hesitant and keeping you in a space that's stuck. You can actually, like I said, identify it and name it. And then really, describe it a little bit and understand a little bit more about, what it means to you and how does it feel in the body. So where is it? Where are you holding that energy? Where are you feeling it? Is it in your stomach? Is it kind of in your shoulders? Is it, in your heart area? I just had a session the other day called a body talk session with my really good friend, Karen Giza, who is an amazing body talk professional. And she was able to actually release a lot of fear that I've been hanging on to, fear and that just being stuck in a lot of things, because I hold a lot in my heart. And she was able to help me release, a lot of things that were going back 30 years, almost 40 years for some of it, and things that are just keeping me from going forward. And it just, I seem to be on this momentum, this train track forward right now that I don't know. It just, it wasn't a big shift, but I notice on a daily basis the little things that I would have hesitated before because of some sort of fear that I have not been recently. So again, just facing that. So using that acronym for fear, the F, facing it, identifying it, naming it, labeling it, and then, where do you feel it? How does it impact you mostly in your life as well, too? So what is it, where is it that's stopping you from getting to your goals? What is, where is it keeping you from, diving into things that you would love to do, or you would really enjoy bringing into your life? Where is that sitting and how is that impacting you? So you take all those identifiers and you look at the second acronym, which is E, and then evaluate it. So what about fears actually hurting you and keeping you from, your ultimate goals? Either it's a health goal or an enjoyment goal or a love goal or an exercise goal, a physical goal, or a spiritual goal. What is that fear doing and hurting you? But how is it also helping you as well too? So, where is fear actually giving you that perspective of clarity with regards to things in your life? So, and knowing that can really make a big difference as well too. So evaluating that, not judging it, but evaluating it. Because when we judge, we end up putting that negativity on things, especially ourselves. And you don't want to have that negativity. You want to keep it as positive and as neutral as possible. And just look at it from a perspective of, how can I do better? This is happening, yes, but what can I do to get beyond this? And this is, again, where that hesitation really can stifle us in life. So going towards the A in that fear acronym is acting on it. So you bring this knowledge in, and what do you want to do with it? So do you want to just sit on it? Potentially, you might want to just, weigh it out a little bit and see how it feels in the body, where you might be able to shift it a little bit. And then when you're ready, just acting on it and, understanding that, when you are acting on it, you're not acting on the results so much, but the progress. So, bringing it back to the things that I do. So with nutrition and exercise and different things like that, me hurting myself yesterday, I was all set to just call it a day. I didn't want to do anything. I was like, oh, I got to rest my elbow. I can't do my exercise today. But then I was going through my list of what I was supposed to be doing today, and it was all about legs and glutes. That was my schedule of workout today, and it had nothing to do with my elbow. I didn't even have to use my elbow. It didn't come anywhere near my butt. So I went and did my workout. So, these things, even though, I really was stifled and I was like, oh, why is my elbow so sore? I must have did something too much. And I just, I wasn't going to allow that to stop me. although I did at first, but I didn't want it to eventually. I mean, my son and my husband were here today, and they were like, well, you can go out and, go for a walk, which is all, these things are not going to affect my elbow. So there's no reason I was kind of stifling myself because I tend to do that. But again, just sitting back and going, okay, so not judging myself for trying to get out of doing my workout, but knowing myself that if I did not do my workout today, then I would lose that momentum, and I would lose that trajectory towards the goals that I want. So I went and did what I could, and I feel fabulous now. And even though I didn't use my elbow, and I've been stretching it as much as possible today, it still hurts, but I'm not going to let it stop me at this point. So again, focusing on the results, and when you put it towards that perspective of nutrition as well too, we're going to have good days and we're going to have bad days. I've been really focusing in on having a lot of good days in a row over the last little while. And I've been doing amazing. Although last night I was craving a little bit of sugar. I don't know why. I was hungry, but I was craving a little bit of sugar. And I had actually bought myself some really good, I think they're called Made Good, and they're little wee tiny cookies. And I had all the macros and everything else. I put it into my my FitnessPal app, and it was still within everything that I wanted to have, and actually it brought me up right to my calorie count, brought me right up to my carb count. It actually finished off my day quite nicely, and I ended up having, there's might be 5 of the little wee things in the package, but it was enough to stifle my little bit of sweetness, even though I wasn't hungry. So I don't know what it was that I was hungry for, but it was enough anyways. But having little things like that around, going months back, when I started this journey, because this is day 93, I believe it is, back in November when I started this journey, I had lots of down days, and I had lots of days where I just got really depressed and really upset that the product I was taking wasn't working. I got down on myself. I was really blaming myself, and then the more I blamed myself, the more I was, really feeding that energy as well too, and diving into real cookies and diving into sweets and all these different things that I knew I shouldn't be having. But it was a bit of a downward spiral, and I think a lot of us that are taking the Zenith right now felt that way over the last couple of months. But with the news that we are getting the new product coming in within the next couple of weeks, maybe even next week, my energy has I've re-energized, I've refocused, and knowing that this product is going to be 90% better for the things I've already have in place, so my healthy habits of eating and exercise, that this is going to be amazing going forward. And there was some manufacturing kind of issues that happened with the product initially, and that's why a lot of people weren't getting the results that they wanted. Unlike some people, there was some people that actually did have some really, really good, amazing results without changing too much. I myself actually have lost 20 pounds. No, sorry, not 20 pounds, 20 inches, and 10 pounds overall. So even though I was still kind of in that depressed mode, I was kind of beating myself up for not having the greatest eating habits, especially over Christmas, and all of these different things, I still was able to, release, like I said, those 20 inches and 10 pounds overall. But I'm really, like I said, ramped up right now to bring about some really positive eating habits, so I don't have to be on the product forever. Positive exercise habits on the ongoing once I reach my goals, and and just use this product as a boost towards a lot of that too. So going back to fear, the last one is remembering it. Or remembering why. Why are we doing this? What is that underlying burning goal or want or desire that you have in your life that you just can't reach? And then, it was like I fell into that fear over the last couple of months with regards to everything, and I wasn't reminding myself what my initial goal was. I wasn't reminding myself that my health was more important than eating some cookies. My health, I wasn't giving myself that opportunity to use these steps and bring about some balance and walk away from the sweets and everything else. My why specifically, but it is my health. I'm not worried about what I look like so much. I'm not worried about fitting into some jeans, although that would be nice, but it is my health. And I'll just show you a little bit too. I just did a hair mineral analysis with my partner at Naturally Yours, Kimberly Lefebvre. She's a nutritionist like myself, but her way of doing things, I do the live blood analysis and she does hair mineral analysis, hormone testing, food intolerance testing, all these things, but we kind of work together. Anyways, through her, I got my hair mineral analysis done. Very cool. And I got this great big report, and hair mineral analysis can actually, they just take a small little bit of hair from the nape of your neck, and it was able to tell me mercury, lead, cadmium, arsenic, aluminum, barium, quite a few different toxic metals at first, and then also looking towards nutritional elements as well too. So sulfur, silicone, bion, phosphorus, calcium, magnesium, sodium, potassium, zinc, copper, selenium, chromium, all these other ones as well too. I'm not going to name them all off, but there's quite a few there. And then a pretty extensive report from there. And the one thing that was extremely surprising to me with this result was cadmium is off the charts high. And cadmium is extremely toxic. It's an extreme toxin that more times than not smokers get, because cadmium comes from the paper of cigarettes. I don't know. Tell you right now, I've never been a smoker. I've never smoked my entire life, but I have been around smokers my entire life. So, I mean, I can get it through other sources as well too, but potentially it could be from that source of being around smokers, and it builds up through the years as well too. So this was one of the really cool things, and I think it's cool. It's not bad news by any means. It's a really cool way to look at your health and see where I can shift things. So with this report, it's telling me that I have to really, try to get this cadmium out of my system, and really just bringing about some balance with regards to a lot of these nutritional elements, and getting rid of that toxic and non-nutritional elements out of my life, because they can be stifling, especially when we're looking at things like aluminum and mercury and lead. Cadmium apparently is the second most toxic component out there, only to lead these days. Mercury is very, very high as well too. But yeah, cadmium is really, and aluminum too is one of those things that we really have to watch for, because aluminum tends to sit in, and actually it's a little, I'm just looking at the chart there now, see? This is my cadmium. Okay, it's way off the charts, toxic here, and aluminum down here is even a little bit higher than other things. So I have to really watch my aluminum as well too. So I went to the bulk barn the other day and got myself a big pile of aluminum-free baking soda, because I don't use aluminum in my deodorant. I don't use aluminum cookware. There's a few different ways that I can get aluminum, I suppose, but these are things that I've been very conscientious about and, trying to shift over the last couple of decades anyways, because, that connection between the brain and aluminum is very prevalent these days as well, too. So that's what I wanted to talk to you guys about a little bit. I did my scan yesterday. Things are still going on the downside of things. Again, the scales haven't really shifted too much. Like I said, about 10 pounds within the last 10 months total. And I mean, I started Zenith back in November, so that's kind of helped that along a little bit. But it's been a journey for me, and there's, so much more to come over the next little while. But understanding fear and not taking the steps that you need to get to the places that we want. We all know we have to drink more water. We all know we have to move our bodies. We all know we have to eat healthy, but why don't we? This is the big thing that I often wonder, and it's not an answer that anybody can give me. And so I've kind of concluded that it has a lot to do with fear. And yeah, so I really just wanted to talk to you guys a little bit about that and bring a little bit of insight and hopefully give you that opportunity to examine what is holding you back. What is the fear? And, it could be something as simple as money. It could be something as simple as failure. Failure is a big one. It's not so simple. It's a big one. Some people are afraid of success, and I have a feeling that that's a little bit of mine. I'm kind of afraid to, have the major success in my life sometimes. I know that's kind of a weird thing to say, but that's that kind of unconscious stuff. And this is a little bit about what Karen told me the other day. So I'm working to get beyond that, and I'm really just here to support everybody as well too. If you want to know a little bit more about the Zenith and the product that I'm on, please reach out. I am available to discuss it. We can discuss it on a one-to-one basis and just, see if it might be something that is good for you or right for you. And, it might not be, and that's okay too. But understand that, there should be something in your life that you should be trying to implement towards something better. Try to get beyond the fear. Try to get beyond the, whatever it is that's holding you back. In the very least, identify it and, call it out and sit with it for a bit, see how it feels, and, and then, go towards the other steps from there. So I hope you guys have a wonderful, beautiful, sunny day today. My girlfriend Dana, she just jumped on, and just a big happy birthday to you, my dear. Love you dearly. Wish we could see each other a little bit more, but I know we're both busy. So I will talk to you all later, and have a great day. Take care.